We do a lot of chatting at Seed World about origin stories, kind of the heart of what makes a company tick.
Yeah.
So let me start there before we jump into where things are going with biologicals. What makes your company tick?
Yeah, I mean, we started with 30 years worth of work from the University of Minnesota. Our founder, Dr. Linda Kinkle, spent decades of her career really digging into what makes microbes do great things for plants. And her whole goal was, how do I change how we grow crops to use these microbes in an effective way? And she looked at the industry and said, no one's thinking about how these products work in the way that is needed. She's a microbe expert. Mm-hmm. And so really the origin story for Jord is an amazing person who said, I can make a difference, but I have to leave academia to do it. And so she founded the company based on that. I joined Jord because I saw the promise of the technology.
Right.
I spent 14 years at Corteva before coming to Jord, and I saw we can make biologicals do amazing things if we design them right. And so really the founding and what makes our company tick is, if we're honest with ourselves as an ag industry, we took a chemistry playbook and tried to apply it to living things, microbes.
Right.
And that doesn't really work because that's not how the microbes work. They're living things that have distinct nutritional needs. They interact in communities and partnerships. And so leveraging that knowledge that these are living things,
right,
that is what we are here to do for the industry. And so that's really what makes us tick, is to really change how we design these products from the ground up.
So you come from a strong background, many decades of research, and biologicals as a whole come from that kind of research. That said, we're just kind of on the
right
tip of the iceberg. There's so much more ahead. So talk to me about what are we looking at for the near-term future for biologicals, the slightly step out?
Yeah, so I mean, if you look at from an input segment perspective, it's the fastest growing segment in the industry from a CAGR perspective. So I think most people recognize that. I think the tip of the iceberg comment is absolutely right when you look at how do we actually make these products work. That's the biggest complaint right now, right? Is that they're not quite consistent like we want them to be, and maybe they don't have the powerful efficacy that we had hoped that they would. Like, why does it look good here but not over here? And I think it comes back to, we've used playbooks that worked for synthetic chemistry. That's not wrong, but it's probably not optimized. It's probably not what those product types really need. And so I think that's really what you'll see, is this coming together of the technical capabilities that we have across the industry, from the data science, the genomics work, all of the best science we can to bring quality products forward. It's now pulling that together in the biological space. We've done it for seed and breeding. We've done it in synthetic chemistry. Now we have to bring all of those different pieces of science together, as well as the product development mindset. And so I think the other thing I would say is thinking about the regulatory environment. It's really challenging for synthetic chemistry right now, and it's only going to get harder.
It's true.
And our industry, our farmers deserve tools as fast as we can get them here.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the promise is for biologicals.
And
how do we do that?
Innovative tools.
Exactly. Make them work the way nature designed them to. We just, through our product development processes, we have taken a different mindset, and we need to think about these as living things and how you bring forward a product that is a living thing. We know how to do that in the seed industry.
Right. Yeah. So there's huge variation in the biologicals market in terms of, I'm always hesitant to use words like snake oil, but we know that some of that exists. Yeah. And then to the hugely researched, proven efficacy, big trials, all of that. How do companies kind of stay ahead of the curve when there's big incentive to getting products out, because there's such interest right now, there's such need right now?
Yeah, you balancing that speed with the advancements that you need to have. And I actually believe that we can do both. I do believe that's the case because of the data science and the capabilities that are out there to make quick decisions and get these products in the field as fast as possible. So you can do that, especially if you have a regulatory framework that's put in place to help with that acceleration. So I think we will see that come to fruition more and more. But I also think that farmers, rightfully so, I grew up on a farm, so this is kind of speaking from my own experience, as a farmer, you expect products to deliver, you expect them to perform, and you want them to be consistent. So you might buy some of those really fast products to the market, but you might not stick with them.
Right.
Those that will have longevity in the marketplace will be those that brought forward that new mindset and the more advanced development.